Oh boy, we're gonna get a lot of hate comments on this video. I don't hate this movie. I do not hate this movie.
What we see here is that we cannot watch a film about a marionette. So we're back.
We've been wearing the same clothing for 6 straight weeks.
Need to find a swamp.
It is rank in this
Need
apartment.
a bath. This week we're watching Jim Henson's kids movie, Dark Crystal.
Dave is adamant that this is not a kid's movie. I am the opposite way.
I think we define kids differently because I have an 8-year-old.
I think that a kid is anyone under 20.
When I'm in old man mode, anything under 44, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't get it yet. It gets worse.
As bad as it may seem right now, it gets fucking worse.
It does get worse. So tell me, Kyle, why?
Oh boy, we're gonna get a lot of hate comments on this video, I'm pretty sure.
Like this movie a lot.
I don't hate this movie. We really need to preface this. I do not hate this movie. I do push back on it being considered one of the best 80s movies, Jim Henson movies, one of the best fantasy films, because I'm not there, to be honest. I think that there's a lot of stuff that holds it back. What is phenomenal about this movie, and undeniably great, cinematography is amazing.
Yes.
I wish I could bottle up the way that this movie looks, just apply as a filter.
Instagram likes to do that. Or Snapchat. Or TikTok. Where the fuck people are using
just like
it.
Dark Crystal my face and look like a Skeksis.
Gelfling.
The artistry with the puppets is phenomenal. There's like certain like small movements that make these creatures feel like real and lived in. Even some of the acting and voice performances on this are great.
Some of them.
I think what really detracts this is the main quest to go to the Dark Crystal. I actually find the actual quest both far too easy and also not all that interesting. I love Jim Henson. He's one of them, like, I'm not going to go as far as to say hero, but one of the people that I just love their work more often than not.
Genius.
His performance is just not very good as Jen in this movie. I just
Not
think it's
very
wooden and flat, and it's just not good.
Gelfling.
Which is hard when it's like, that is the person you're supposed to be rooting for this entire film. The world building is amazing. I want to be in this world more, but the actual journey you're showing me is just not all that. So it's kind of like a mid-tier for me, where it's like, oh, there's some great stuff in here and stuff I would return to and like view like in isolation. But as a whole film, there's stretches of this where I'm just like, I'm checking my watch here.
Kyle goes on at length about how he wishes for a new age puppet film to take over popular culture.
And I'm
I think what we see here is that we cannot watch a film about a marionette. It's
you
awful.
say marionettes. I mean like these actually full realized characters.
That's what pulls this movie down, is that the mystics, the Skeksis, that weird loudmouth dog, they look incredible. They move so beautifully and weird. But then the Gelfling is like this weird stick puppet with like a cardboard face. And I just didn't care.
It's almost like they can't do a lot of emoting with their faces or something.
Zero, right? You can't.
You, Gelfling?
Which is weird because he would have been capable of doing that. It seems like an active decision. So
we see that in other characters in this movie that can do it.
That's what pulls me out. And then like I love the philosophy of this, the closed time loop. That's such a fantasy thing, and prophecies and all that kind of stuff. But you do have to be careful because the movie becomes too predictive and again, a little bit dull. There's some great moments though, when the Gelfling dies, my favorite part, when they kill him.
Straight up murder
some
him.
Good drama. Kyle was talking about how it doesn't really have some peaks and flows. It tries.
It tries,
but it's just not that successful in our opinion. What are those beetles called? They're made so incredible, but they're like really slimy and gross and nightmarish with the claws that kill Gelflings. Everything's about killing Gelflings. If you're going to make a movie about killing Gelflings, you got to make me care about the Gelfling. Otherwise, I don't, cut them in half. It's fine. So that's why I hold back on calling this a kid's film necessarily. What else? Oh, the seer. That was that.
Agra.
Agra is voiced by Frank Oz. So very
It's very Yoda adjacent.
So that's kind of both fun and also kind of, I think it's a minus because it doesn't feel like a actually developed independent character. It's way too Yoda. I mean, her role is very Yoda.
Well, one of the Skeksis sounds just like Grover. Like, I know that you only have so many voices in you.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm just saying.
It's fine. It exists for a reason. People support it for a reason.
I get why people love this movie. It's just when the first time you watch it, like for me, was in your 30s. It's like, it's fine.
It's fine.
And now our comment section has exploded.
This thing is so expensive to make.
$25 million to make
$1982. Yeah. That's a high production cost. It was well spent and well developed, but there's no sequel. They tried it.
They tried to make a sequel. Then they eventually made a prequel on Netflix, which they did not renew it for a second season.
Let's move on. Let's do another kids movie.
Let's do something equally probably as dark. We're going to do The Secret of NIMH.
It's got an H.
Have you seen that movie before?
Yeah, when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it as an adult.
I'm perfectly fine with all the mice dying. Just like a Gelfling, a mouse deserves to die.